Okay, everyone, looks like it's time to get excited. What's crack-a-lackin' fellow home dogs, it's your old pal Channel Pup, and today we've gotten some announcements ahead of DC's Fandome event, perhaps the most anticipated geek event of the year. We have of course got a brand new, very short teaser for the trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League, which showcased a few seconds of Superman's return, where he faces off against the Justice League for the very first time, and already there is a world of difference between this and the 2017 Joss Whedon version. But of course we can't tell much from this yet, but it definitely appears to have more that Zack Snyder-y hard-hitting feel to it, and it appears to take place at night as opposed to being digitally brightened up like it was in the 2017 theatrical release. So we now know that we will be getting our first trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League at the DC Fandome event on the 22nd of August. But that's not all, fellow home dogs, as Matt Reeves tweeted out today that we will be getting our very first look at the Batman at DC's Fandome event in the Hall of Heroes on the 22nd of August. Whether we'll be getting a teaser, or a full trailer, or some artwork, or images, or stills, I don't know, but we will be getting our first substantial look at this movie at DC's Fandome event. But the announcement is not the only thing that Matt Reeves tweeted out. He also shared with us some artwork from the Batman. We've got the new logo, which definitely sells it as a very noir sort of grindhouse kind of a movie. This logo is anything but subtle. It is the biggest, fattest letters you could get that reads the Batman, all in red, and we've got the Batman emblem behind it, which is just like the emblem that Robert Pattinson is sporting on his chest, except now it has the bat ears. Which leads me to wonder if we will ever be seeing that bat logo on Batman's chest, or if it will remain without ears. Perhaps this is a glimpse of a future costume that Batman might be wearing later on, or maybe it's just the bat motif that they are going for these movies. This is all just speculation, but as it is a bit different to the one he's got on his chest, but it's not too dissimilar. Either way, it's a really nice looking rendition of the logo as well. It definitely feels to me like a much more angular version of the early 2000s Batman logo that was seen in the new Batman Adventures cartoon, as well as the Batman Vengeance video game, which is a logo that I really loved, and I am pleased to see that this logo is paying some homage to it. It's quite a departure from the massive chunky bat that we saw on Ben Affleck's Batman, but I think it works, and it's a very unique looking suit. I'm not really gonna say how it stacks up compared to other Batman costumes, because we haven't really gotten the proper look at it, and I'm not counting the stunt suit, because stunt suits are always a little bit different to what we see in the final product. But I do really like the red and black motif, which is a lot like the motif we saw in Robert Pattinson's screen test, accompanied by Michael Giacchino's Batman score, which is shaping up to be a really nice soundtrack and very memorable already. Also shared was this piece of artwork dedicated to the Batman movie by iconic artist Jayme Lee, which could serve as some indication as to what the look of this movie is going to be like, once again with the red and black aesthetic, which does lead me to wonder if we will ever be seeing a scene that is entirely red lit in this film. I can't say for sure, I think that might just be the promo material, like how Batman Arkham City had a lot of black and white kind of aesthetic for its artwork. But I will say, in this illustration, the Batsuit looks really good. It's not too far of a departure from the traditional Batsuit. I don't think it is as faithful to classic Batman as the Ben Affleck Batsuit was, but this still looks like a neat Batsuit. I'm not 100% certain about having the very chunky armored costume with a very simple leather stitched together mask. That kind of feels almost like the Arkham Origins suit with the Adam West mask slapped onto it, but we'll see how it looks in the film. But as it stands in this illustration, it does look great, but this might not be an actual indication as to how the Batsuit's going to look on film, because Jayme Lee has done artwork for Batman films before. He did artwork with the Dark Knight Christian Bale Batsuit, and that had white eyes and more traditional looking Batman ears. So, you know, this isn't 100% of what to go by, but what I will say is this is a really sweet poster. Just don't go thinking that this poster confirms white eyes for this Batman, because it is an illustration at the end of the day. It's not going to be 100% exact to detail, much like Jayme Lee's artwork for Christopher Nolan's Batman. And we've got him standing on top of a gargoyle turmoil in the night sky as Gotham City looms behind him. We've got the moon behind his head, and it looks very classic Batman, which is what I'm hoping that this film will in some ways be, is it's a more back-to-basics classic Batman. We've had very stylized Batman movies with the Tim Burton ones. We've had the extreme realism of the Christopher Nolan ones. We've had the Batman who's kind of past his limits, who's kind of at the point of killing with the Zack Snyder Batman. So I'm hoping we're going to get something a bit more down to earth with Matt Reeves' Batman, albeit still stylized with the kind of retro noir feel which Matt Reeves has kind of promised. I mean, it sounds to me like this could be the definitive Batman movie. I've been pretty quiet about it overall because I will say I'm feeling a bit of the bat fatigue, to be honest, but I'm still excited for this movie. I'm still definitely going to go see it. It looks really cool from what we're seeing. I think Matt Reeves is the ideal director for it, and I can't wait till we get our first glimpse of Robert Pattinson suited up as Batman. I really want to hear what his voice is going to sound like, and maybe we'll find out at DC's Fandome. I will say this, my one concern about the Batman 2021 is that because of COVID-19, they have had to begin shooting it on sets as opposed to shooting on location, which is completely understandable and fair enough, but I am a little bit worried about how that's going to impact the movie. Obviously, they may be needing extra budget to make those sets. Will they look good? Will they be rushed? Will it be convincing? I think it could even work to the film's benefit, as it could create a more stylized look for Gotham City. Again, there's nothing we can say for sure, but what I will say is the Tim Burton Batman films had a very claustrophobic effect, partly because most of it was shot on set, and that worked for those movies, so maybe it'll work for this one too. Obviously, Matt Reeves is a very different director to Tim Burton, but I'm sure they wouldn't do anything they couldn't pull off. I think it's gonna work. So that's all for now, folks. I'll be sharing updates as and when they come. So what do you guys think? Comment below and discuss, and as always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the like button, and in the description below are links where you can come and connect with me on social media. And if you are in a generous mood, there is also the link to the Patreon, as well as my join button. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great day.